Honestly, I had no idea that life in your 20s was gonna be like this. In my 20s right now, I'm 24. I live on my own, I work full time. I also am an entrepreneur, like I work double because I'm trying to work full time in my business eventually. So I work before I go to my full-time job and I work after I get home from my full-time job. And I also have a dog. So I would say like maybe my life isn't as typical as other people, but I think we're all just like doing so much to try and get by and to thrive. And it really hits you in your 20s like how much work life is. It is a lot of work. Simultaneously, like as you are getting into full-time work, you're starting to get into ambitious things, you're finding out your passions, and you actually want to do a lot. You actually start wanting to do a lot more on top of what you already have to do responsibility-wise. Like you just in your 20s are now capable of doing more, and you also want to do more because you're more passionate probably than you ever have before. And then it hits you, you're like, I really can't manage to do it all. And you also have to figure out, how do I like take care of myself, nutritionally wise, health wise, mentally, emotionally, all the things. You're like, wait, how do I have fun? How do I take care of myself? How do I also take care of my responsibilities? And then how do I also grow and not just like stay where I am? But you're like, it's so much. Like I can't even explain how weird it is to be in your 20s. And you're also like fighting this idea in your head. You're like, okay, I'm still so young. I should be having more fun. I should be prioritizing fun. I shouldn't be so worried. But then it also sinks in like all this finance stuff. Like if you don't do this, this, and this now in your life, then 10 years from now, you're gonna have nothing. You're gonna have to keep working your full-time job. So there's so much pressure to like figure out your shit, but also have fun in your 20s. And it can just feel too overwhelming sometimes. And I like to call it like your early 20s crisis, life crisis, because I just hear so many people, especially on TikTok, because I feel like people are more open about it. They talk about how hard it is to be in your 20s. And like, I agree. It is really hard. And I think it's a generational thing right now that we're struggling with. I don't know what it is. And I have a theory that like even people that go to post studies, whatever it's called, go to university or college, like we still are figuring out things from scratch. It feels like it doesn't feel like that gives you an advantage in life anymore. And we're all just like struggling. It's hard.